Good morning. So today I'll be going over the instructions on how to create your own mini quilt. It's called the Big Stitch Mini Quilt. Yeah, the Big Stitch Mini Quilt. It's inspired by kantha quilts with the big stitches, and I'll go over the instructions and how to create your own Big Stitch Mini Quilt.
So we're going to start off with the supplies that you're going to need. You need floss or thread, glue, chalk, and a pen. You're going to need needles, a ruler, a rotary cutter, and the mat for the rotary cutter, and scissors, snips, and you're going to need a threader, a thimble, and let me see, what else? Anything that you could think of that you need to use. Get out your awesome sewing supplies. So this is where all of your awesome top fabrics are going to be cut, trimmed, and you're going to be able to really make this your art piece. All those awesome scraps that you've picked out, this is the point where you cut them and layer them, and you're really going to make it your personalized mat. You're going to get all those pieces and just put them on top of the middle layer. So your middle layer is kind of like your canvas, and all the fabric pieces are your paint. So I just trimmed a lot of pieces together, and then I used a little bit of glue, just a dot of glue, to stick those pieces all on to the middle layer, so that way they won't come off when I start stitching. So the next part is the middle to bottom layer. So the middle and top that you've already done, you're just gonna stick it on to the bottom layer, that bottom layer of fabric, with some glue. And I also used 4 safety pins, 1 on each corner, to just keep it all together. So now that you've secured all the layers together, with your pen or chalk, you're gonna draw lines so that those are the guides for your threads. So now, time to thread your needle. So this is the part where you get to do all the sewing. This is where you're going to be stitching, following the lines that you just drew. And I have got a ton of this embroidery thread, so I just used as many colors as I wanted, and you can use as many or as little as you want for your project. Yeah, put on some good music, relax, and just enjoy the stitching. This is the longest part of the project, I think, because the more you like stitching, the longer it's going to take, but it really goes by pretty fast if you love stitching and just want to try different colors, different techniques, different embroidery style techniques, kantha style, which is just big stitches. And I'm not using a normal thread, a regular thread, but you totally can. You can use any thread that you want. I like to use the embroidery thread because I love the pops of color and the thickness of the thread. I like the chunkiness of the thread, really. So this is the part where you really make it your own with stitching. Just put on some good music and start stitching away. So when you're done stitching, you're gonna press the markings out. The pen should be heat erasable, so all those pen markings will erase as soon as you press it. And also the tailor's chalk, the waxy tailor's chalk, that will come out immediately as well. Just give it a nice little press to remove all the pen markings. Now it's time to trim off that 1/4 from each side of your piece. You're going to use your acrylic ruler and your rotary cutter on your rotary cutting mat. If you don't have any of this, no problem. Just use your scissors and cut it to the perfect rectangular shape that you want. Just mark it with a ruler and cut off those little tiny threads that are hanging off. Now it's sewing machine time. So for my settings, the length is a 4, which is kind of like just a based stitch. And then there's no width, and my needle is in the center. And then I have a 1/4 foot attached to my machine. I love this foot because it doesn't let the edge of the fabric go any further than it. It's like a little barrier against movement. So you're gonna use the back stitch for the beginning and the end, and once you've gone through all the sides, you can go ahead and put on your trim. Or you can also do the what did I do? Bind the edge with trim, bind or a fancy stitch pattern, or you can use binding, you can use bias tape, however you want to finish the edge. This is it. I used this fancy heart lace that I found, and I just think it was just the perfect touch. So once you finish it all up, you're gonna have your nice edge, and ta-da, it's finished. Now that you have an awesome placemat or mug rug, you can gift it, or you can lay it out, or you can make a whole bunch more. Please share yours on our Instagram or on this channel. Please like and subscribe so that way we know that you are watching, and thank you so much for watching. Have fun sewing.